Hey everybody, this is Tom from Rocket Restorations, and today we're going to do kind of something fun. We're going to do 3 car shows in one day. We had to make a trip to California. We're bringing a cool car back. I'll show you here in a minute. Do the Ripon police car show. We're going to do the Mopar show in Sacramento, and then Big M, John Falley from Big M Automotive, the Ford Look Yard I did a video on last year. He has his annual pig roast, which is just a huge party of a bunch of his friends and pigs and drinks, and so looking forward to that one too. That's gonna be our 3rd stop for today. Let's start out by showing you some cop cars. These Chevy Novas were really cool police packages. I mean, again, I'm not really a Chevy guy, but the idea here was, you know, smaller car, better fuel mileage in the 70s with all the gas crisis and everything. This is a LA County Sheriff car, and they had, you know, 350 motors. They had suspension packages. They had disc brakes. They were actually really a pretty good police package car. These were pretty popular with the officers back in the day, you know, with all the smog regulations and horsepower gone in that era. These things were pretty quick. They were maneuverable in the city, and as I said, they were really pretty popular cars. One thing California tended to do is write their unit numbers, and they like wrote them down there. Most of the CHP cars had unit numbers like that too. Whip antenna on the side. Cool car. Twin Sonic light bar on it. This one's a really rare police package. Again, I don't know if it's a real car. I'm not opening hoods or opening doors to check VINs and stuff like that, but they did make a few of these. So of course they had the 62 Chrysler police package, which I've shown you. I've got my CHP car, but they actually use these. A few agencies use these. CHP didn't, but I think like some Midwest agencies, I think Kansas used them and maybe Iowa. I can't remember. And then like New Jersey used these as like tollway cars, but look at that. Certified Speedo. Radio delete. That's gotta be a pretty rare piece. You don't see too many radio delete Chryslers. Obviously these were the high-end car with radios and stuff, but it was like a really nice restoration. Unmarked car, dog dishes. Not sure if those are the right dog dishes for the police package on that. That looks like Plymouth hubcaps, but that's a cool car. Very rare. You never see these. There's a light behind the grill. I don't really see too much information on it. I'd be kind of curious to hear more info on that one. A Chevy police car. Pontiac accident prevention car. City of San Carlos. Interesting. Le Mans. Of course, these are famous for Smokey and the Bandit. So a lot of these have gotten restored to that. Obviously this one isn't. Looks like the grass was just mowed and got a little bit on the quarter panel there. It's a 65 Polara. Ripon Police Department. That's probably Daryl Lindsay's car. He's the guy who runs the show. Nice guy. I've known him forever. He collects police car equipment and stuff. Really clean car. Correct exempt California plates on it. 64 Plymouth San Jose car. Neat. Dodge Diplomat. Also San Jose. It's pretty cool when these agencies restore these cars and get them back in circulation. They really work well for like PR cars. There's a 5.0 Mustang. These are pretty famous in the 80s. You know, the Diplomats, you know, I love my Mopars, but they were pretty down on horsepower. They couldn't catch anybody with a muscle car, so they came out with these Mustangs, and a lot of the agencies used these over the years, and they were pretty quick. So that's a Nevada car. Washington actually used these exclusively in '84. They didn't use any other cop cars. They used just Mustangs in '84. They actually had to put a diagonal cage in it to actually fit people in it. A few more cars coming in. Mach-E, Crown Vic. It's a Dodge truck. I wonder what that is. There's a few scale car Dodges that CHP used, and actually had a Ram Charger, CHP Ram Charger for a little bit. It was used up near like Reno, up in the mountains, up on Donner Pass. It's a cool rig, 360. NPFD emergency unit. That was actually at our hotel this morning. I was talking to my friend Alan. Apparently that is a real police package car. No, I totally missed the explanation on the side. Chrysler Enforcer Demonstrator. Standard catalog of American cars. Not a lot of information there. A little bit of a cop car swap meet here. You know I love my swap meets. Cop car ones is a little over the top. Really neat badge collection in here. Lots of cool stuff. Really neat displays from different police departments and collections and stuff. That's cool. Never really gotten into collecting this kind of stuff, but I do have Watch State Patrol badge because, you know, Watch State Patrol. 1953 Ford. It's a cool looking car. V8 emblem on the side. Nevada Highway Patrol. It's probably, I think these are still flathead 53. Mad Max car. Some, they call those bubbles, caprices. CHP Diplomat over there. Alright, well, here's one of my favorite cars to show right here. 69 Belvedere police package car. Look how far down that sway bar hangs. That's crazy. This one is City of Los Angeles. That's cool. 69 Belvedere, 318 car. So, yeah, tribute. These are really cool cars, and they're basically four-door road owners. I mean, 3 barrels, you know, heavy-duty suspension package. Like, these things just flew down the road. They were really good cop cars. Not many survived though, because most of them were city cars. They just got beat up hard in the cities. Seattle PD actually ran, I think it's 11 or 12 70 satellites. Not Belvedere, satellites as police package cars. They were special order. My brother had one. It's actually restored in the Seattle King County Police Museum now. But these cars are really fun. I mean, it's a four-door, but it's basically a roadrunner. I always kind of wanted one of these. Just never ended up with one. As I said, the survivor weight was pretty low. I didn't realize the post office had their own police department, but here you go. That's kind of cool. Power M. Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. That's cool. Has the early dog dish hubcaps with the hole for the 4x4. Kind of cool. Electric fan on the spotlights. Any Dodge is approval to me. For a service rig. Had a few of these over the years. This is the daily driver category over here. I thought that was a police Mustang. A lot of Crown Vics. Though you're not seeing as many of those on the road anymore. A lot of those are, I don't know, going to Cletus in Florida or something and racing them and wrecking them, something like that. I like the Magnum though. I've always kind of wanted a police Magnum. I think these are mostly in-service units over here. But that Charger just looks mean, doesn't it? With that big push bar. These things are awesome. City Police Department. Lights inside? Well, not sirens, but lights. Maverick parking unit. That's funny. We want you, Tulare Recruitment. Is that a Raptor? I think that's a Raptor. Interesting. Sweets and swag. Huh. I mean, if you want positive PR for police department, hand out candy. I'll be there. Bomb squad truck. It's like a tactical unit or something. It's kind of neat. Those are big trucks. Freightliner. Buick CHP 4 porthole Century. Usually they ran the higher trim models just because they wanted the wheelbase. They had wheelbase restrictions they had to meet, and that's probably why they used the 4 porthole Buick. Stockton Police Department Striker. That thing is huge. Ooh, Dodge van. Ooh, orange Dodge van. Must be DOT. Alright, well, that's it for the police car show. It's time to hit the Mopar show up in Rancho Cordova. It's Greg Reynolds, Chicago Police Department guy. He ran copcar.com forever. He's kind of a legend in the community. Dragging this one home. More on this later. 66 Coronet 500 convertible. 383 4-barrel. Black plate California car. We're going to do a full video on this very, very soon. Picked up a few parts. We dropped a 340 motor off to my friend Jason, and Evan got a free aluminum slant 6 block. He's very excited about it. Only problem is, yeah, unfortunately the ear's broken off, but it's got main caps. Like, there's really a lot of unique parts on these aluminum slant 6s. We did a video on aluminum slant 6s a little while ago on a 62 Lancer, so if you're curious about a more deep dive in that, check out my back catalog. Well, made it to the Mopar show. There was no place to park. This is a very dense park with like pumpkin rides and trains and all sorts of fun stuff. So we just parked randomly outside of a field over here because I didn't know where else to put the car. So there's nothing I like better than a swap meet. This is actually a pretty good sized swap meet. There's quite a few people here. I'm pretty excited to walk through here. Let's see if I can bring some more stuff home I don't need. Plymouth. Not a huge fan of these early cars, but the styling is definitely unique on these. 48 and 1500 seems very reasonable for that. This is a cool find, a 1963 max wedge motor. So max wedge heads, see on the left there, there's no heat crossover. It's an easy way to tell max wedge heads. And exhaust manifolds, motor, lots of good stuff there. Unfortunately, it looks like this was decked at some point, so the numbers are gone, which kind of sucks. It is the right casting number for max wedge block, probably is one, but without the casting numbers. Looks like I got here a little bit late. Still have room on the trailer for another car, but looks like this one insta sold. It's a 340 Duster. Just by California cars. That will not even focus, but yeah, HOB. That's cool. 70. It's pretty solid. Blue plate California car. A on it. Interesting. Really wonder what that sold for. This thing's real clean. You want 10 grand for it? 68. We'll dent it up, but it's a truck. They're gonna have a little bit of a personality. Never quite understood why people bring non-Mopars to a Mopar show to try to sell them. I have a hard enough time selling a car, period, let alone one that's not even a Mopar. But 24.5 Skylark convertible. Love the crew cab over there. I'll get over there in a minute. Ooh, second crew cab. That one's Cummins powered. Not a huge fan of the giant lift on it, but that's cool. It's a lot of gauges. 67 dark convertible V8, but no price. And if you gotta ask. Right, we got multiple cars for sale here. So 75 Ram Charger. Love the alarm lock on trucks like this. These are original slots. Lifted bucket seats. 16K, 80,000 original miles. I didn't bring enough money to buy that one. And then a Dart. 73. 48 for that. I think this guy might actually message me about this car. Panel wagon. These are cool. Power wagon. Panel wagon. Slant 6. Nice. Big 13 on there. It's like a DOT rig. Didn't expect much from the swap meet, but it's been pretty good so far. So there's a gas tank for my original paint Warlock. We did a video a couple weeks ago. I got a tank out of Evan's four-wheel drive parts truck, but apparently the four-wheel drive has a little notch right there. So it's like a gallon less. This one, he said it came out of a 78 short bed, wide bed. And I'm told that's the same for the step side. So I guess we're gonna find out pretty soon, but this one's real clean California, no cracks. It's not like full of varnish and gas, so that's much better. Got a couple small block exhaust manifolds for 10 bucks a piece. And met a really nice guy over there who his dad cleaned out a dealership in North Dakota like years ago. And he has all the stuff, but coolest piece in here is, well, that's not the coolest piece, but it's cool. It's a C-body door weather strip. The front ones are the hard ones to find. The front left, that is the hardest one to find because that's the one that wears out. Because you open and close the door, open and close the door. That's the hardest one to find. That is super, super hard to find. That is 62 Dart NOS headlight bezel. Evan got some wiper blades for his Rampage. This is the cool piece. So this is 1970 Fury NOS positive battery cable. This one's gonna go on the V-Code 6-barrel 1970 Sport Fury GT. This crew cab's neat. Cummins conversion. Need a bunch of these NOS parts I just bought. This one's 17.5. I mean, I don't think that's reasonable for a, or unreasonable, I should say, for a Cummins swapped crew cab 4x4. It's cool. It's a little bit crude inside. You want 17 for this one. I really like this one. Dealership's a sponsor, new electric charger. I'm gonna have to give you a ticket. I'm really curious how many people are gonna get that joke. Ooh, fins. Nice little swept line. Couldn't find a gas tank apparently. Wayfarer, that thing's clean. Hemi GTX truck. 70 Charger. That's cool. He covered up the VIN. That's funny. It was pretty clean. Definitely seen worse. Did I call that a Chrysler? I meant Dodge. Another 70 Charger. This one's got an interesting story. Bought as a parts car at a yard sale. Yeah, I'd love to find a 70 Charger at a yard sale. Most of the parts put together were bought at this very swap meet. Have a fender tag? It does. So originally white top. That's a lot of white. B5 blue interior. That's cool. So white, blue. That is a crazy combo. I really like it. Plymouth Woody, love it. Montana plates. Montana LLCs live on. Love their wood. Prowler, Viper. That's cool. Camper. Old Yeller. Postal step in. Purchased in the post office in 71. Converted to camper in 75. That's awesome. I really like this thing. P200 chassis, 3/4 ton. GTX convertible. Obviously the convertible section. Should I bring the 66 Coronet over here? It fit right in. 300G. That's cool. 69 Polara, 4-door hardtop. 2 Imperial convertibles. 59 Imperial. It's a good looking car. It's a great dealer name. I know it's probably just a last name, but Normandin. Just goes off the tongue right. San Jose. I had a 67 300 convertible from there. That was an L code 440 car. Kind of neat. So this is a Hemi hardtop. So it's a real deal car that they built in 1964. I think they built them to qualify for NASCAR. So they're supposed to build a certain number to make the Hemi legal for NASCAR. I really kind of want to do a deep dive on this car someday. I got to ask the owner. He's a really nice dude. But yeah, this car is very special. So it's a race Hemi motor, but it's a hardtop. So the race cars were aluminum nose, aluminum doors. This one has steel nose, steel doors, but it's still the super stock Hemi. It's like 12-1, I think. I might be wrong on that, but it's serious. Max Wedge 63, HW Hunter Inc. That's cool. Lightweight hood springs on it. They have the helper keeping it up, but Max Wedge car. That's super cool. DeSoto, what year is that? 1950. Love the wood. These are really, really cool. Even has wood on the back. It's like a step-side Dodge truck. Real wood back there. How cool is that? Cudas, Shaker, Cuda, another Normandin. Something started up. Lovely. Young Guns. Let's get cars out here. 76 barrel Cuda, B code for sale, 120,000.
I had a couple bolts that I was doing.
F1. Always looks good on these. Rim blow, rally dash. This one's really neat. A friend of mine, Sam Bledsoe, owns it. He's like the king of Dodge trucks in California. But wow, look at the documentation on this thing. So it's 76 factory 440 truck. It's got dual tanks, heavy duty engine cycle, which I'm actually not sure what that means. California transmission oil cooler, air conditioning, tack, buckets, console. I don't even know what console this would have had. Oh, the little red seats. Yeah, right. How cool is that? Order new in Watsonville, California. The build order and the customer information for camper loading. I really like this thing. Look how clean this thing is. Sam does an amazing job with these trucks. He's got a couple Palominos and a bunch of other cool stuff. Looks like a car's following me. All right, well, that was fun. That was actually a bigger show than I thought. Evan and I got some really good stuff in the swap meet. Pretty excited about. So now we're heading up to Big M in the pig roast. Never been to this before. It's supposedly pretty legendary. About an hour, 15 minutes, and we'll stop and get a 6-pack before we get there because I'm thirsty. And now we have arrived. And I don't bring my 2-car hauler down someplace I don't know where I can park because it looks like people are camping out here and there's not a lot of room. So we just parked across the street. That's okay. For those not familiar, this is Big M Automotive, run by John Fowley. Really good dude. They kind of specialize in forklift parts. That's his truck, which travels and crisscrosses the whole country. Yes, he got a special order paint in like DOT green. He got that specially ordered. Pretty cool. There's lots of cool cars here. Lots of people. Let's go try to find the party. If you want a more in-depth of Big M, I did a video here a few years ago. I guess it was last year, of a full tour of the yard. Oh, Vanessa's here. Nice. Let me go see if I can find Vanessa. So, true story, John's a huge beer collector,
Yeah.
and they're actually gonna like drink these today.
I know.
The Philly beer, the Bavarian.
I asked him, I was like, is this a real thing? Because I saw it on Instagram like years ago.
Yeah, he's drinking those at some point today. I kind of
yeah.
want to be here to watch that. Epilogue on this. They did drink those beers, and I think they all got pretty sick after it. Hey, look, a rocket. I know I've gone through the yard before, but he actually makes a huge effort to get this place cleaned up before the pig roast, so it's, you know, people can go through and look at stuff, but this place is just heaven for me. There's nothing I like better than going through a wrecking yard and seeing cool stuff. By the way, that was Vanessa earlier. Hi, Vanessa. DeSoto 2-door hardtop, Perry out license plate frame, and black California plates. Little mini car show too. Catalina, T-Bird. Beautiful 59 LeBaron. I think it gets real crazy later. Pinatas. That sounds like fun. Hey, that one's familiar. 61 Phoenix convertible. I think I sold this one to John a few years ago. It's got a little buried back here. This we got that 62 Dart convertible. That thing's kind of cool. This is the project car area. 62 Newport convertible. That thing's kind of cool. Edsel convertible. Man, these things are ugly. Like really, really ugly. This one looks like a pretty good project actually. I was talking about those woodies at the show. Here's one without wood. Still kind of cool, but they look better finished, of course. Another Edsel convertible. These things are growing on trees. I wonder what percentage of surviving Edsel convertibles are here in this yard. I bet it's higher than you think. Ooh, 62 Plymouth wagon. That's cool. That is a really rare fender. Polara was top of the line in 61 and they had their own long wheelbase. That was only Polara, I think. Yeah, pretty sure in 61 Polara was the only long wheelbase car. That's a very unique 61 Polara fender only. So a guy I just met named Austin Swanger, he has his own YouTube channel. Apparently he brought the 61 out for my buddy Ken, who obviously is the 61 Plymouth King. So 61 Plymouth, guess where that one's going. This is a pretty amazing setup. There's a pig roasting in there and it's like all automated and everything. This is no joke. Impala SS convertible, black with red interior, my favorite combo. Ooh, that's a 4-speed. That's cool. Big old International Meridian Fire Department. 2 jerry can steps in the step side. I love it. This is something I picked up. Super, super cool. 1970 Dodge Challenger quarter panel. What makes this one cool is rear antenna. Came off a cream colored TA Challenger. Huh. Firebird. Just want to give a special shout out to John from Big M. The pig roast was awesome, and all his crew down there and his wife and who did all the work to make all that food, and it was a lot of fun hanging out down there. Highly suggest you guys make it next year if you can. We're going to do a video on this pretty soon. Just need to get her cleaned up, get her washed and vacuumed, and so stay tuned for that. And this is Tom from Rocket Restorations. Appreciate everybody for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.